Welcome one and all, I am Lex and this is Various Fields.
I'm Hazel Fields II.
And I'm Hazel Fields III, aka Trey. What is good, interrupts?
And it has been a minute since we've been in the studio. We've been doing a little back and forth, on and off. But because we are just now passing the Thanksgiving and getting officially into that middle ground holiday season, Thanksgiving is past, we're getting into Christmas, we decided to do something a little bit different and we're going to read Reddit stories.
Ooh,
you guys familiar?
Yeah,
I'm familiar with
I'm
Reddit?
familiar, but maybe you can explain to some of my friends.
Yeah. So I feel like depending on podcasts, it's like sometimes people do it, sometimes people don't. I've always found it very interesting. Reddit is one heck of a website. It's basically a website of threads. Just you can post whatever. It's different than like most social media because I think social media is a lot like Instagram, it's a lot like sharing kind of life stuff. Where Reddit is definitely for like a lot of just like good either information gathering. A lot of people do it for, let's say you're a fan of a movie or comics like we are. Or like, okay, there's a whole thread of people who like, I don't know, Legend of Zelda's in my head for some reason. Legend of Zelda. It's like, alright, so now people post pictures of a whole bunch of Legend of Zelda stuff, or people post threads of stuff, things like that.
Right.
But I think the cool thing is it has, much like, you know, on Facebook, you can do like Facebook groups and you have like very specific parties and stuff. I feel like Reddit is more popular for that. And they have built a whole bunch of anywhere from niche, very specific communities based off of the Reddit posts or the Reddit threads.
Okay.
And from there has been like some popular ones that are called, what are the stories we're going to read? AITH, which stands for Am I the A-hole, is a popular one.
All right.
R/Reddit, r/relationship advice.
Okay.
There's another one. And all these are going to have r/ in front of it. And there's other similar ones, r/Am I the butt face, I think is one. But they're all effectively people who are in situations, sometimes they're dramatic, sometimes they're funny, and they're asking for advice. So they're saying, hey, am I in the wrong for this? Should I have done this better? Or like, I'm in this relationship I have a relationship issue, I'm posting it to this thread first before I act on it. Sometimes it's after the fact, maybe not good.
Right.
And the community on Reddit votes up and down of, let's say, am I the a-hole? They were going like, yeah, you're definitely an A.O. for this. You shouldn't have done this. This is bad. And sometimes I think it's nice. And it's a good way, I like it, to engage with things that are sometimes drama, because I think we all like to maybe try to keep our lives drama-free.
Right.
But also sometimes it's fun to engage in drama from a safe distance.
Right.
And I also have found it helpful to be like, hey, this is actually a good way to review actions before you take them out. By looking at what other people do, and you're like, hey, you know what? This is a good way to even reflect on myself. Because I'm like, I get all this, because these are the things that people post anonymously. And a lot of people keep these stories to themselves normally because you don't talk about it. But because they post them anonymously, now you can like interact, I think, in a safe way. And the stories that people will normally keep private.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
All right, yes. So if I'm just getting this all correctly, normally people are responding to these letters via text. They're texting it back or email.
Yeah, like through the threads of Reddit.
But what I'm saying is, here on Various Fields, live, we will be responding. We'll be reading and responding, not like they do here, but because we're on film, we together, the Fields guys, will be responding, giving our bits of advice or thoughts on these various things.
Engage. We're not doing it anonymous because we're brave.
We're brave.
We're brave.
That's right. All right.
Oh,
very good. Okay, I like this. Okay, very good.
Okay, so I have a couple we did suggest earlier, a couple which we're going to do in order. And because we're in that holiday season, I'm starting off with a Thanksgiving one that I think is, honestly, maybe other people go through this, I think it's someone could reflect, maybe it's because we're past Thanksgiving, we can see if we felt like this is the good move or not, but I feel like it's semi-controversial, so we'll see.
Oh,
okay.
A controversial
Controversial.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving Reddit post.
I feel like, you guys are too young for this, but Johnny Carson used to have a guy next to him named Ed McMahon.
Okay.
And Johnny Carson would say something, Ed McMahon would repeat it. And almost this, but with a deeper, we're going to do it this way. Yeah, whatever it is. So all right.
Similarly, without getting too distracted, I find it funny they do that because, like, if you ever watch rap battles, I've always found it funny. I always want to be like the hype man in a rap battle. Rapping because you just repeat what the person says.
Right.
If you get roasted, I always feel like if you're roasted, it's like, oh man, like I can't. This is why I don't do rap battles. But like I don't know. I just always want to be the guy that like hypes up like what the person just said.
Right.
What he said.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
like I feel the same
well,
thing.
that's exactly the same thing. Yes, and remember people like, the same thing.
Exactly.
That's it. Okay,
So
very
I'm saying
okay.
when you're talking about Epic Man, that is rap battles. Right?
Okay, very good. Very good. So Johnny Carson was ahead of his time.
Yeah,
All right. All right, here we go.
So I took the liberty, because I'm not sure if this is how Reddit works, but there are introductions, the actual name of the post, and I took the liberty of giving each post its own little intro title.
All right.
So the name of this story I've dubbed "Thanks, Not Giving."
Okay.
So it reads r/AITAH MIDAL for telling my sister she's not allowed to bring her homemade food to Thanksgiving because her cooking is ruining the meal.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Every year, our family does a big Thanksgiving dinner. This is coming from the sister's perspective. This is the poster. But also, for Redditors, people who aren't familiar with Reddit, they're often known as the OP, which stands for Original Poster.
Oh, the OP. I got you.
Every year, our family does a big Thanksgiving dinner, and we all typically bring a dish or two. My sister, who's a lovely person in every other way, insists on cooking something homemade every time. The issue? She's not a great cook. And I don't mean just not great. I mean, she has somehow managed to turn classic dishes into the borderline inedible creations.
Oh wow.
For context, last Thanksgiving, she showed up with her special recipe, stuffing that was over-seasoned with random spices like cinnamon and cardamom.
Cinnamon and what?
Cardamom.
Okay. Yeah.
Fair enough. It's kind of a bomb. It was dry and the flavors were confusing and totally off for stuffing. Only one person took a small bite and the rest went untouched. Another year, she brought a green bean casserole that had some kind of strange chewy texture. She later admitted she used coconut milk and almond flour to experiment. No one wanted seconds of that either. This year, I'm hosting Thanksgiving. Since I'm responsible for putting it all together, I wanted to keep the menu consistent so that people could actually enjoy a cohesive meal. I thought I'd avoid drama by asking her to bring non-food items instead, like wine, soda, or even some flowers. I explained to her, very kindly, I thought, that I just wanted to make these things streamlined, and I'd handle the main dishes, but she didn't take it well. She got offended and told me I was being controlling and shutting her out of the family gathering. She then accused me of making her feel inadequate and said that Thanksgiving is about everyone contributing, not me deciding what's acceptable. I told her that everyone appreciates her effort, but that she could contribute in other ways and still be part of it. She doubled down and said she's bringing her famous green bean casserole, whether I like it or not. Now, my mom and a couple of other family members have chimed in saying I should just let her bring whatever she wants because it's Thanksgiving, and it's the thought that counts. They're acting like I'm committing some huge offense by wanting the food to be enjoyable for everyone and not have random experimental dishes that no one will eat. But I feel like I'm just trying to keep the meal enjoyable and frankly edible. I don't think it's wrong to want guests to actually enjoy the food, especially since I'm putting a lot of effort as the host. Am I being unreasonable here? Am I the a-hole?
Okay.
Well, first of all, that's really good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the original post.
Yes,
for your story. I appreciate you for contributing to various fields.
All right. Well, who's going to tackle it first? What about who? How do we do? Okay.
Well, since I read it, I want to say that. What do you guys first think?
All right.
First impressions before we get to judging. Just like first impressions.
First impressions of
just the story itself. Whatever comes.
Fantastic story.
Oh, fair enough.
I think
I was engaged.
Engaged. I think this is an issue that many people might deal with in different levels. So I think it's a wonderful. I appreciate this. First of all, just to let you know, this particular segment or this episode of various fields, we're trying a new 1 hour format, no 1 hour engagement, and this one is being produced by Lexington Malcolm Fields. So so let's give him a hand for this production, and I think last week, we're going to go, we're going to all be producing our own segments coming up, and in episodes. And we're just very proud of you doing this. Thank you so much. And you got coming up. So this is really engaging. All right. All right. So what do we do now?
So before, so the idea, I can do a couple other things before, but just what are your thoughts on just the post and what side are you on? What do you think? Are you thinking, all right, it's rude to bring quote unquote unedible food, or should the system be more understanding, or is this person out of touch, or what's the word? Should they just also let the person bring the food regardless?
Well, I guess, I don't have, what does a Reddit poster have an original name or something like that?
Well, yeah, so as of right now, it looks like it says the Reddit poster's name in here is called Society Tiny. Okay. And a lot of times what they will do, this is a good point to bring up, sometimes they'll mention names on Reddit posts, but there are a lot of the moderators, the people that allow these posts to happen, suggest, and they always get fake names. So someone's name may be Tasha or something, and that is not the actual person's name.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, Society Tiny, for your story. And I want to also say thank you to your sister for being one of those who are willing to contribute to Thanksgiving. There's not a lot of people who are of that same mindset. I will think, I do believe that there's two ways you can handle this, in my opinion. All right. I mean, honestly, your approach was a good one. I think having non-food items for if you want to have them bring something that everyone can enjoy is a good option. But if they didn't take to it well, if your sister is one that actually enjoys cooking, you can, I guess, also find maybe some cooking classes that you can gift to her for free for Christmas, as it is coming up shortly, right? Not to say that the cooking is bad, but if they do in fact have a talent or a hand or a desire or a passion to pursue cooking any further, right, they should be appreciative of the gift of cooking classes down the line. Now, mind you, they may post to you saying, or the AI the butthole or whatever it may be, for doing those kinds of gifts, but at the same time you're only looking out for your sister's best interest in improving her craft. So I think gifting her maybe first 3 classes of cooking classes. If they don't want to take it, that's on them, and if they do, they'll be very appreciative for your season's greetings.
Season's greeting. That's pretty interesting. I'm wondering about cooking classes as a gift. That's it depends on the sensitivity of the person. So some people that believe themselves to be a chef, to give them cooking classes might turn around. However, I think that's a kind thing, and to what was it, Society Tiny? I think that if you're watching this now, the cat's out the bag at this point. And so we're hoping that your sister takes this well. But I personally think it was out of the kindness of the person's heart. Right. They seem like they had a struggle with this. So my take on it, first of all, I in no way think of you as being the a-hole. I think that you are asking a very genuine question. And I believe that maybe we should just add one little word to the Thanksgiving celebration at your gatherings, Society Tiny, and anyone else that might be doing. Just say, this is a Thanksgiving potluck, meal. Now, oftentimes when we talk about potluck, the assumption is the luck is good.
Exactly. I'll do the same thing.
You never know, and it becomes almost like a game. Because I'm not exactly sure what car bomb was.
Car bomb. It's okay. I know it to be more of a car bomb. If people are bringing car bomb,
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
I know.
Yeah, a car bomb is a bad thing.
But
spicy meatball.
But the cinnamon was off-putting for stuffing in the first place. So like
off-putting.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to do the impression any longer. I can't do the impression I want to do, but I can't. But yeah, off-putting. I understand the dilemma, because you do want to have a good thing. But you can make it a part of the Thanksgiving festivities, and everybody understand that you never know what the food is going to be like. And if you taste something that's a little bit to the left of your, it's almost fun.
Yeah.
Didn't we have that, what you mentioned, someone mentioned Harry Potter?
Yes.
Yeah, didn't they used to have that, the jelly beans in the Harry Potter movies? The
jelly taste like anything.
You can taste, it might be good, you might get spinach, you might get, what?
I agree. I do think it's kind of rough to be like, you're the fun dish of that. What did his sister bring? Cinnamon green bone casserole again.
That's an excellent point. So like you can actually have someone bring meat, someone bring vegetables, someone bring like a beverage, right? And you could actually cross out anything in the potluck dish that might already be covered by somebody else.
Food registry.
That's exactly that. So it's like, oh, sorry, so we already have 3 meats. You have to pick something else. All right, I'll bring my green bean casserole. Sorry, you already have vegetables on the plate. We already have pastas. We already have lasagna. So we have to get something. No one's bringing beverages. You want to be still part of this? Check off beverages. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but I do like the idea now that the family now takes something that they would meet with chagrin. Now it's kind of celebrated. It's like, what's the mystery dish this year? Cinnamon flavored stuffing. Oh,
I think it depends on the sisters. Like, it's not supposed to be a mystery.
But what will happen is she might stop bringing the food.
Sure.
But now, the thing is, but everybody's now celebrating and looking forward.
The main
in a way,
to not be like to push the sister out. We don't
not at all.
So here's another thing about what I like about Reddit posts is that the person posts a story, but also because it's on another thread, here are some comments. There are other people who have just commented to the post.
Yeah.
We're going to read some of those comments and see what other people think.
Okay, great. All right.
So a couple things. These are some.
Did you give your thought on it?
Yeah, I was I guess I didn't give my initial thought on the thing, which is I want to give the sister at least initially both sisters the host the OP who's writing this original poster. And the host initial credit because it doesn't seem like they're intending to try to dismiss their sister initially because they did give options and that's something because if he said hey no don't bring anything that's one thing but like hey you can bring drinks you can bring and I'm like if he's really that like maybe a salad or something that's kind of hard to mess up we'd be like hey can you bring this and I do give them some credit and the difference being is like if you were just saying, hey, this is to your sister, but like you're going for family stuff, I don't think it's your place. But because you're hosting, I think you have a little bit of say. So I give them I give them credit to like trying to communicate and being like, hey, how can we work this out? And I do think it seems like the sister is taking maybe an extra bit of offense, more than I initially would for what seems like a conversation. But we have more information. So
all right.
So that was the first post. So we're going to look at some of the comments and then we're going to go to something else. So some of the comments. Someone asks, how does your sister react when no one eats her food? If she reacts poorly, tries to push people to try to have seconds, or is generally you want more cinnamon green bone casserole?
Push people to have seconds.
That's someone's commenting.
No, I understand. I'm thinking about it. More gruel.
They said if they're generally sorry, my phone is going on now.
Okay, good.
If they're generally being a sourpuss about it, which I just like the phrase sourpuss.
Sourpuss, yes, very nice.
Then I think suggesting she take control of wines. I guess this person must be British because it says crisps, which I believe are potato chips.
Yeah, I think so.
It said wines, crisps, non-baked goods is sensible. But if she doesn't comment or make a big deal, then it really doesn't sound like her cooking badly does any harm, which I also agree.
Right.
No one eats it. She feels like she's contributed, and all it takes is throwing away the food at the end.
That's
minimal hassle for a peaceful. You just toss it out.
Right.
For a peaceful holiday that everyone enjoys.
That's right.
Someone gets to give me a personal anecdote. My brother can't cook, which is a crazy call out. But it's tradition that everyone brings something. We just make sure he's not the only one bringing that type of dish. If he's on potatoes, trust me, at least one other person is as well. Which I guess is wrong. Like if someone brings a green bean, if you bring the cinnamon green bag casserole, someone brings the green bean casserole.
Right.
2 types of potatoes never hurts anyone, and it solves the issue when doubtlessly bringing someone else unappealing inedible. Unappealing and edible, the most refuse to try it now, the least to try. So effectively, like, hey, if she's bringing a dish, have someone else bring that same dish.
Right.
And at least, people, if they want it, they can try it. And,
Right.
So we have another commenter says, rather than throw it away, it would be better to cover the dish and send it home with her. At least it won't be wasted, as she seems to like it. She might also actually realize that I don't like that one. Someone's comment was, rather than throw it away, it would be better to grab the dish and send it back, which I don't think that's helpful.
Yeah, I don't think that's how a covered dish is supposed to. They don't mean a covered dish normally means you got like a see-through top, not covered.
How about you? I don't think that would be great best for the
feelings. That might not help the feelings there.
And let's see, and then we're doing one more thing. I'll give you guys. So
okay.
And then apparently there's also back and forth. Someone says to everyone who is saying OP is the a-hole. So some people believe that they're at a-hole.
Okay.
It says. But someone's saying, for everyone who believes this, I'd be upset too if someone brought some ungodly dish every year and wasted food because no one ate it. If sis will take home the leftovers and eat it, it's fine. But if she's making something that keeps getting thrown away, then the original poster is not an a-hole. Yeah. That's just wasteful. It's wasteful.
Well, it all depends on how you look at it. We try to at the field, so we try our best to be optimistic.
Yes, we do.
So one's bad food item could actually turn into high-end compost for your backyard.
And you said cooking class? That was a bad idea.
Compost is crazy.
I'm just saying,
This isn't great food, but it is great crap. This is great. I really need it.
I know exactly what's going to eat this.
You put it out in your backyard, around your tree.
I really need it for my flowers.
The squirrels are happy.
I didn't even know this was casserole.
Nutritional rich. Right for the roots.
Right.
And we'll do one last thing. For people who aren't familiar with, for Reddit posts, something that happens like this is Reddit's an active community. I would say sometimes, so this post apparently blew up. It has like 14,000 likes, and a whole bunch of things, so there's a lot of people comment on it. And sometimes when that happens, the original poster gives an update to it. So there's an update to the story.
No.
Oh, okay.
So here's
second serving.
Do you actually have the part 2, the update?
So we have the update right here.
Okay,
so
here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the update.
The update. So, update. Right. And then, so this is still from the original poster, and they're going to tell us, so I guess, they had asked, it looks like they're continuing from the point of them having the conversation with the sister.
Oh, dear.
This is coming from that point.
Oh,
so
wow.
it goes update. Alright, well, things have escalated fast.
Oh, wow.
Thanks to everyone who offered advice. I tried to compromise, but it's already turning into a whole thing.
Oh.
And Thanksgiving is still a few weeks away. Let's see. After our last conversation, my sister was being pretty cagey about what she planned to make, so I reached out to my mom, hoping she could help smooth things over. Instead, she got defensive, saying I'm overthinking and that it's just one dish. I told her I wasn't sure it was just one dish anymore, especially after hearing about my sister's grocery haul, including canned oysters and edible glitter.
Edible glitter?
Edible glitter.
Yeah, that is a thing.
No, it's a thing. It's the combination of clam
oysters and edible
on
glitter.
the same list. That would give me pause.
That
would give me
absolutely.
Then my mom let slip that my sister has been hard at work on some. Also, I would have to give you guys aren't reading, I have to give the original poster some credit here because she's putting a lot of quotations where I feel like she's mean to give sass because then my mom let slip that my sister's been hard at work on some creative menu. As much as whether I agree or not, that is unfortunately hilarious. Creative menu. She's planning creative menu. She's planning as her Thanksgiving surprise. She's really doing the quotations. Apparently, she's been telling my family a group chat, which I wasn't included in, by the way.
Wow.
That I'm being controlling and that she wants to expand everyone's palate with something truly unique. To top it off, my cousin sent me a screenshot from the group chat where my sister said she's bringing not one but 3 dishes to Thanksgiving.
Oh dear!
She's calling them her Thanksgiving trio experience, complete with their own place settings and little menu cards she's designing. I'm officially panicking because I have no idea what she's planning to serve, and what I've heard from what I've heard, it's not remotely traditional. At this point, half the family thinks I'm overreacting, with the other half. While the other half is texting me with things like, is she really bringing glittered sweet potatoes? I feel stuck. If I try to control it anymore, I'm the bad guy. But if I don't, Thanksgiving might turn into a tasting event for my sister's avant-garde cooking. Thanksgiving is a few weeks away and it's already become a family spectacle. I don't know whether to brace myself or just preemptively order pizza. So that's the full story.
Any thoughts?
Cooking classes. Honestly, to be fair, because it shouldn't just be taken as a snub or a rub. I think it really should be something that is like, let's introduce you to a community that she would basically be a part of and enjoy and probably even understand her avant-garde, lifestyle. You know, if she wants to add an artistic flair to her dishes, then maybe this is the proper way to do it. Or maybe she can teach the cooking class one thing or another about how to present a dish. So that's my opinion.
Well, one thing I like about that whole story that's not being focused on, but it's being said. He talks about a family thread. How he's in contact with his. I'm sorry. She's involved with the family thread.
Yeah.
She's in contact with family. So everything is based upon the family.
Yes.
And sometimes in this time of year, we can sometimes forget what's the bigger thing. And the idea is that the family is getting together.
Right.
And you know, and to the original posters, you know, I understand where you may feel this way, but the bigger picture is the family.
Right.
Now, I don't know if this original poster is like, you know, beginning having parties at their home, and sometimes when you're first starting on, you know, you really want to make a good impression, you know. But we sometimes have to weigh this, because if your sister is pushing back to such a degree,
right.
Let her have the place card. Let her have the setting.
Yeah.
That very well might be helpful to your plate.
Right.
Because you can actually say, yeah, my sisters actually made up this thing here, and we're going to celebrate that.
Right.
And then once again, you still have that opportunity to have that avant-garde taste treat.
Right.
You know.
I want to say this is my final take on the thing, which is I honestly think in other scenarios I think the sister could be rude. In other scenarios, and I'm saying, which like if let's say the sister is not a Thanksgiving thing, but you're just hosting a party of friends or a thing like that, and she's a host, and I feel like you're allowed to have a certain amount of control, because you're like, all right, this is my party, this is my thing, and maybe I'm bringing food. But I do think on Thanksgiving, if there's any time to do this, it's Thanksgiving, because it's both like, okay, it's a family thing, we accept it, because as much as it seems, there's two reasons. As much as it seems that like maybe the sister's doing a lot, like you said, first off, this might be a bad take. I feel like food coma would be so bad. Like at some point, with this much cooking and this much creativity, something's gonna be good. Like I don't know if the glittered sweet potatoes is going to be bad, but I've never had glittered sweet potatoes, and I would personally try it. Like I would personally, you know what I mean? But Thanksgiving is a time to, if you're going to be doing the creative stuff, that is a time to do it, versus like if it's just like a normal hosted party. And then I think, but the other thing that I unfortunately that their sisters and Trey, I feel like I understand this were. I don't think, our job is to figure out if we think she's the a-hole or not. And I don't think anyone here is a-hole.
No, I don't think so.
Because I unfortunately think the sister is hilarious. Because it is funny to be like, hey, can you not bring this, we're trying to do plans or something, and then be like, how about 3? And as like a sibling, that is so funny. That is hilarious to be like, you know what? Glitter sweet potatoes, clammed oysters.
Well, I don't know if it makes a good statement that you're bringing your food as revenge food. Now, if you thought that was bad, now I've got 3 things.
Is a dish best served.
Well done.
Give yourself an applause.
Give yourself an applause on that one. You good.
It was right there. But I would also say though, maybe if you can even add more to the avant-garde experience that your sister is producing, we can possibly make it more like a buffet style of Thanksgiving, and then have each individual's family's, I guess, contributions on individual islands in your house.
Now that's a whole presentation.
And then you can have exactly, and then you can basically just travel the world, if you will. Right, on dishes to see what was visited the most. Maybe even add more like stamps and visitation cards to each one of the tables. Wow. I've been to your sister's table. I've been to the uncle's table. I've been to the mother-in-law's table. Whatever the case may be. Right, and we can actually grade how many people have actually visited each island.
Grade is crazy.
I love the idea that now each table is like set up individually as an escape room. You know, now the other sister, let's go into the room of adventure. You're traveling through the.
Fun fact: one of the uncles is Gordon Ramsay from that. They go to the cinnamon green bay.
Oh yeah.
There's only 2 ways to go into a pit: either deny it entirely, or just go in harder. So we'll see what happens.
Well, that was good. Let's give it a hand. Very good.
So from the various fields family, we believe Society Tiny 784. the post. We don't believe you're an a-hole.
We
communicated to your sister you're trying, and it seems like you understood that, hey, I'm not trying to over-communicate, I'm not going to push them out. You communicate, and I give you respect for that. Give them a shot. Give them a shot. All right. So that's the first story.
That's the first
story. So
that's a good one.
I can hand it off. You guys want to read?
All right.
Order,
which you?
I would normally just go right to left. So. Whatever.
Me next. Okay. All right. So I think I got it. All right.
You can pick anyone that you want.
All right. Well, I'd like you to tell me the one.
I think you said 3. We discussed this briefly because you said 5 was the first one we just decided, and you said 3 were next.
Let's do really sharing family.
So that's me. All right. So I'm going into Reddit. I'm going into Reddit, and I'm going here. I'm going to take this down.
Read more as well.
Read more. I'm going to read more. All right.
This story is called
AITAH, am I the a-hole, for sitting on my husband's lap during Thanksgiving dinner because all chairs at the table were taken. This is written by, this is not the a-hole, and it says, I, female 28, have been with my husband Sean, male 33, for 2 years, married for 5 months. Most of his family are decent people, but his mom can be a little of a passive-aggressive and tends to criticize me a lot. Sean sees it as her still not getting used to me being around. But I don't know, because she treats his ex, Jalissa, good. Interesting. MIL says, what's MIL?
Mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law says, wow, you see, we go back to the abbreviation. actually, I said I don't know, but it says IDK. Thank goodness I know that. Mother-in-law says that Julissa has been around the family for ages, I guess, and her past with Sean never affected her relationship with her. Fine. I never minded her attending every holiday and being around till yesterday. So we're saying that the ex
is at the family dinners, it seems like.
Nice. That's interesting is a very polite word.
We're trying to be.
All right, we go. We had Thanksgiving dinner at my ML's house. Sean went there before me. When I arrived, it was already dinner time. Everyone was seated, and I saw that all chairs were taken. I asked MIL why she didn't save me a seat, and she said, sorry, quotation marks, and that one of her granddaughters decided to show up last minute, and the chair was taken in here. I looked at her and then at Jalissa, who was sitting next to Sean, and tried to point out how I was more deserving of her chair since I'm the daughter-in-law. But she puts in DIL. This person is not winning points.
I was like, I don't care about this story. You're you abbreviate near me.
Okay, and she puts in parentheses. I know I shouldn't have said it. I know. MIL flat out said that Julissa is as much family as me, and that it was rude to imply otherwise. Julissa was nodding confidently while glancing at me. I'm sorry.
Sorry, the imagery of that is hilarious. Just to be like, you're just my family, me in the background.
Where was I? It was rude. No, you're fine. The rude to imply that. Julius was nodding confidently while glancing at me. I was so upset. I wanted to leave, but decided to just sit on my husband's lap and act as casual as possible. I sat on his lap asking if he was okay with it. Don't worry, I'm petite. He's strong-built. And started eating so casually while smiling and complimenting the food and mentioning to Sean how warm and comfortable his lap was. Now and then. The table went awkwardly silent. BIL, brother-in-law, would try to break the silence and change the subject, but it somehow goes back to being awkward. MIL and Julissa were barely eating and were staring at each other than at my eyes wide open. Wow, this is a little... Okay, it's almost there. Minutes later, Julissa excused herself to the bathroom, and so did MIL. Wow. It was still awkward, but I did my best to focus on dinner. Sean was eating as well. Later, there was just so much tension, and MIL was barely able to speak after Julissa left. Early, like right after dinner. Sean and I went home, and MIL tried calling, but then called Sean and texted me saying that what I did was inappropriate, and that I ruined Thanksgiving dinner and made it awkward. She said it wasn't her fault chairs were taken, and I could have dragged the chair from the kitchen, but acted childishly and made Jalissa and family uncomfortable with how inappropriate I was. Edit. I need to mention that if I took a chair from the kitchen, there was not enough space at the dinner table to fit the chair. Everyone was sitting next to each other. So the question is this person the a-hole? Wow. That's a lot.
That's see that one's a lot more.
Yeah.
So first thoughts, anybody?
So do we?
How was your impression?
Yeah, what's your
my impression. Well, first of all, I think the mother-in-law is the one that's inappropriate because I don't think it's a good idea to embrace the ex-girlfriend at Thanksgiving with the same measure that you have your daughter-in-law. Now, granted, I don't know how long this family has known this young lady, and I would say that, but I think propriety dictates that there's some distance that need to be had between the ex-girlfriend and the the mother-in-law and the mother-in-law and the wife. So getting a chair as a host, I think it would have been the mother-in-law's idea to make room.
Yeah. That's the first thought, because you just at the end there said there's apparently another chair in the kitchen, which how small is this table?
Right.
I'm like, there's gotta be a way to work. If there's already because I think they said there was no chairs or something.
Yeah, right. There was a chair.
But I guess not enough at the table. But my only other thing is also, is the husband just chilling?
Yeah,
right.
Because the husband has the ex.
Let's get to him.
That's
the husband has the ex right next to him.
Right.
And it doesn't seem like he's like. I mean, maybe they're just talking from perspective. I'm not sure if the husband was also uncomfortable, but. If I'm a husband, and also because I think they said they were married for like 5 months, they're effectively newly married.
Yeah,
they said on the top. If my ex, let's say, because this, first off, in this situation, I don't think ex would be there, but if I had an ex and they were sitting next to me, and I knew, because I guess they didn't arrive at the same time, which is also interesting. But like, if my wife is coming for whatever reason, they're showing up, and my ex is sitting right next to me, I think the first thing I'd do is. Excuse me.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Hey, nice to see you again.
Right. Yeah. If in fact you're going to make that an awkward situation, let the ex sit next to the mother-in-law, and that's her.
They seem to be better friends.
It's like, and then, as you say, the nodding confidently is not a good.
That's right. And also, just definitively, because you said she's more family than she. Definitively, she isn't. Right. By the nature of like recalling her the ex in the story, and I'm the wife, just definitively. She isn't more family. She got married into the family.
Precisely.
But unfortunately, that's how it works.
Yeah, I personally applaud the writer.
The original post.
The original post, because you took a stand or a sit by by sitting on your husband's lap. You kind of wanted to
That's hilarious.
I shall not stand.
You took a position. You really took a position. She
was on top of things.
That was so good.
Very good.
To be honest,
give yourself another hand. There you go.
To be honest, I think we would enjoy the wife, because I like the idea of like, because awkward situation, I don't want to sit, and then the yes and of sitting on your husband's lap, but then also confidently and casually, like, some nice potatoes there. They know it's awkward, and then leaning in is absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you have some cranberry sauce? I feel like you have to be having a little fun.
Right. And at that point, when she
cinnamon casserole.
Not that person again. Not the glitter casserole. That's just
what we call it.
Very good. The daughter even mentioning how warm and whatever the seat was is really just digging in. I thought that was interesting. So I don't think you're the a-hole. Because even at our family dinners, we just was at Aunt Michelle's house. And what we do, we sit anywhere at the table. If you get a corner, a piece of the table, I'm assuming this family wanted to set up the traditional, that's one chair, one place table. But I don't think they were. Did you give your point?
No, I was gonna say, I feel as if anything, I guess to mother-in-laws, father-in-laws out there, I feel as if it should be a point to be stated, right? It must be hard for anyone who loves their child very, very much to see them go through I'm not going to say a rotation necessarily, but like, you know, but to have people introduced into the family and then they're more or less ousted because of whatever happened between them and their child, right? So I can understand if the mother had built up a relationship with the ex at one point in time and then realized, as close as they might have been, she would no longer be invited to family events. So first off, did the mother invite the ex? Right?
That's a good question.
Right? Or like, because if they did, if the husband and the wife didn't come in at the same, if the husband and wife came in at the same time and Julissa was there, right? So I'm sorry if Julissa is the real name. Or,
no, it's not.
But, okay, fantastic. Yeah. So did the mother invite the ex? Right? And was that in agreement with the husband or not? You know, like I feel as if at some point in time you should just be able to let go of your child's life and their love life, right, and let them make the decisions as to who should be invited around the table. And placing them right next to the husband was a foul play move. You know, it's like it's just something.
I do have a question for both of you. So you're saying that keeping a relationship with the ex as the mother is a bad thing to do?
I want to say like flat out yes. It should flat out yes, because it complicates things with your own child.
But let me add this. We want to keep our relationship strong, so please. Sorry. I'm sorry. I had to do that. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit all the buttons. And yes, I'm sorry for that. That was get in there.
First time I was a launching pad.
Anyway,
all set up.
Yeah. So make sure if you like this new format, we want to hear your comment and write down there and soon we're going to be having a lot more stuff, more merch. And if you're interested also about being a person that may want to participate as an advertiser on various shows, we're about to do that. We have our great friends with us in the room here. We have Mr. Paul Rudnick in the back there. Paul Rudnick. He is the mastermind of all the promotions that you're starting to see on Facebook and where have you. And of course, we got the great Nels is here. Haven't heard from Nels in a little bit, but this is. How do you like these stories, guys?
They're good.
I definitely broke the tension, and once she sat down, and say, everyone raise your glass and go, cheers!
Cheers! Paul's a man of my own heart there. There you go, fantastic. All right. So we got one more, or do we have time? We got.
How are we doing on time?
Well, we got about 20 minutes, a little under 20 minutes left.
All right, go ahead. I'm looking at the clock, and we've got new things, and I still ask the same questions.
All right.
So try to pick whatever one you want.
So this story was nicely called "Gift Giving is an Art, Not Rocket Science" by my brother, and
this one's fun.
Oh, this one's fun. All right. So the original poster is Glumcraft 4652. I don't know how to be that.
Yes,
fine. All right. Am I the a-hole? My boyfriend gave his mother the dress I wanted for my birthday. Okay. I, 23 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 26 male, for past 3 years. About 2 months ago, while we were out shopping, I saw this really gorgeous, amazing dress that was just perfect for me, and in my favorite color. He looked at the dress and said it was beautiful, but it was rather expensive, $200. So we didn't end up getting it. For weeks after this, I would constantly talk about the dress to him and how I couldn't stop thinking about how beautiful it was and hope one day I could save to buy it since we've been budgeting a bit lately. He would hear about this dress from me all the time and talked about how great he thought it would look on me. So yesterday, my birthday, yesterday was my birthday, and and we had a little get together with some members of both our families. I celebrate to celebrate. Sorry, I'm realizing that there's some issues with the post, but I'm reading around them. Except with when his mother arrived to our house. She was wearing the exact dress in the exact color. I was stunned. I thought that he must have told her about it, and she went and got one, but it turns out that wasn't the case. In my surprise, I said, OMG, there is no way that the same dress I was looking at and dying for months, and she replied saying, oh really? Zane, my boyfriend, gave it to me as a gift last month.
Wow. Okay.
I was shocked and confused, even more so when boyfriend gave me the birthday gift he got me. And it was a gift card for Sephora for $50. For the rest of the night, I sat quietly in the corner in silence and confusion. I felt hurt and was lost in my head as to what was going on. My boyfriend and everyone was blissfully unaware and happy the entire night, and I didn't want to ruin the mood, so I started to try to put on a good face, but I can't shake this feeling of being hurt. A part of me feels like I am overreacting and acting spoiled and entitled. Am I? Just need to know if I need to calm down and not be upset about this. Wow.
Wow.
I feel as if there's some do's and don'ts about gift giving. First order of business, don't buy the same exact thing that your girlfriend was pining for somebody else.
Yeah,
in general.
Right.
You may love your mother, all right? And that's fine. If I dare say, buy them the same exact thing, but definitely do not buy one for one if the other was craving it. Yeah. That's just my thought.
I feel like even more so if it's your mom. Like the girlfriend and mom movies. It's on its own a weird move to me. And she was like, if for whatever reason your partner, I can't because I honestly there's a lot of thoughts on it. I'm trying to figure out why he didn't make this decision.
Right.
But like even if you're like, all right, I see this dress, you'd be good for. At least make sure that friend is like in Canada or something. right. At least get the gift again or something. But like, it's weird. One of the reasons why, because there's a couple selections, one of the reasons why I wanted to select this story, because one of the things I'm most upset about, I think I said this earlier, last on, is I feel like I'm bad at gift giving.
You're not this bad.
No, well, that's what I'm trying to say. That's why it's named the title. I was thinking, it's the thought that counts, but it's not forever that I've named it. But like, I know I said gift giving is an art, not rocket science.
That's right.
But one of the things I feel like I'm bad at gift giving, but also I feel like it's such. You're lucky if someone's like, hey, I want this, like, this is really cool. Then you don't have to think. Also, as a partner, that's a gimme. That's like, all right, I get to be a good partner. I listened, I bought the $200 gift, maybe it was like, because if it's expensive, you can't get it, that's one thing, but clearly you have the money. And then two, if it's like, all right, your partner wanted, you'll be happy, like, that's a win-win-win.
Right.
Why mom?
No. Yeah. So here's my thought on the other side of the table, and I'm not trying to give credence or a leeway to anyone else's excuses, all right? But what if the boyfriend accidentally put the names on the other cards? And just in a rush,
double down.
He just rushed. He's like, oh right, yeah, happy.
That is funny.
Birthday, Bob.
Because that would have to be a mistake.
And it would have to be a mistake.
Maybe that was it.
What were you thinking? I hope you weren't, So.
But you know what also brings to my mind? I desperately want to see this dress.
Right.
Because what dress exists that can just go seamlessly from girlfriend to mother? At least I'm thinking about my mom.
Is it white and gold or is it black and blue?
Either you got a girlfriend that really likes old-fashioned looking stuff, or maybe your mom's we got a lot of questions to ask mom.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I think there may be a mistake involved. So I would hope so. Because there's a little bit of curiosity there for me in terms of why would you give your mother the dresses?
How close are their birthdays? Are they like so close together?
Yeah.
Right, that's another question, right? So it was for his partner's birthday. So the mom just walked in on the partner's birthday. Mom came for his partner's birthday, for the girlfriend's birthday, in the dress.
Yeah, wow.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, yeah.
I guess you guys would want to know more information about the story, huh?
Yeah. Do we have more information?
Well, I was doing some digging.
Oh!
And we have an update.
Wow, update. Okay, great.
So, let's see. This is from the original poster again. Trey, you want to, because this is a story about, I can either give you the update, or do you want to?
All right, fantastic. No, I do see the update.
You see the update?
Okay, let's see the update.
All right. It says, final update 1 day later. I finally got the nerve straight up ask him about everything, and his response, too long, don't read. Was he thought I had to be humbled a bit because I got way too overly excited about something as trivial as a dress. He thought it would be fun to see my reaction to it all. His mother had no idea about any of this and just thought her son was giving her a gift. So I'm upset and hurt that I just called my mom to come get me and will be staying with her for a few days while I figure out the next steps. But I am not going back to him. Secondary update. First of all, I want to say thank you and express my gratitude to all the people who have shown support. The kind words means so much to me right now, and I'm sorry I can't respond to each and every other comment or DM. Just know I am reading them and thank you. Me and Zane are over for good.
Good.
Fantastic. He keeps calling me, but I won't answer, and there is nothing he can say or do to change that. I've realized and taken this as a sign of nature. He had kept hidden well until now. So, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Oh my God.
And also, additionally to the good news is, we found out who the a-hole was.
Yeah, good. Problem solved.
Definitely not the girl.
Definitely not the writer.
Oh my God.
Wow.
For those of you that may be familiar with our brand of comedy, we like to consider them bits from time to time, right? And we do believe in most comedic circles, there is such a thing as taking the bit a little too far.
Yes.
You know, this is beyond that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm trying to figure out what that even means, because he was like, I'm trying to humble her.
To humble her. Because it seemed, from his point of view, which was a jerky point of view, I guess she might have been asking, because I'll be honest with you, in the beginning I was feeling that way a little bit, like, why is she asking for the dress?
Like
so much. And then, but she was hinting and said she was, and then I thought that she might have, but boy, but he topped her. Wow. That
you proved me wrong.
Absolutely.
And I was like, I guess it could be a little. Whoa. Hold on, not that far. That's crazy.
Wow.
But also, that's also mean to your mom, because he said the mom didn't know. Which means you use
your mom
as the plot device for revenge.
Right. And now your loving mother is wearing a mini dress. What's the matter? You said you like this dress. I'm wearing the dress you bought for me. Zane?
Why is mom a Jewish dad?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just seeing this woman that shouldn't be wearing this.
But that is true. I do need to know the age and because the
like 50-year-old mothers now.
Yeah, that's true.
Trying to make it work.
Yeah, that's true. I know. Yeah. That was pretty amazing.
All right,
to you and Glumcraft, to Glumcraft specifically, I want to say congratulations. You're not in that.
Yes,
you are not the asshole, and once again, congratulations. You're not insane.
That's all right. Wow, very good.
Yeah, good on you for breaking up. I think that was. Because that breakup, he revealed that like a villain would. Because I would at least hit that if that was my plan was to humble her, and I used my mother to do it.
So that was
give a whole mom.
That was some dastardly mustachio twirling.
Okay, wow. Well, listen, I tell you that was some story.
Yeah.
Wow. First of all, all three stories were fantastic. There was a couple more that's there, but I'm going to tell you what, just let you know. I'm very, very happy with this production. Can we give this, ladies and gentlemen, this is produced by Lexington Malcolm Fields, this episode of Various Fields, and we just want to give them a hand clap there. Thank you there, Trey. And fellas, what was that last story? What were some of your feelings out there?
That was 50 Cent Petty.
That was 50 Cent Petty.
That was 50 Cent Petty. All right.
I need to watch that documentary. I'm
You got the
sorry.
homework though. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's
crazy.
I mean, would anyone would one of you guys buy a dress that was meant for your girlfriend and give it to your mother? I mean, like.
No, I wouldn't, but I did definitely like your impression of the Jewish mom.
That's so. It's a crazy.
Yeah, I'm just trying. I mean, God bless. I love my mom. You know, when she was with. I just can't see her wearing anything. Sister Fields, you know, from the
funny.
gospel.
It's also
choir.
weird. Also, like, it's just.
I'm actually a little quiet. What's going on?
What's going on?
Zane, we need to have a come sit with us.
Yeah, come Zane.
We need to have an understanding. All right.
Talk
if you want to keep any woman, don't do that. Don't do that.
However. Maybe that was the thing. He didn't want to keep this woman for.
That would have to be a breakup.
Yeah, maybe that would.
Because it's also like, or I know we have to wrap up soon, but it's also like that is because I'm kind of joking about the villain thing, but it is overly complicated for what is just a conversation.
Right.
Because if you don't want to get the gift, or you think like, hey, it's too expensive, because humble is such a specific word.
Yeah, it is.
Where it's like, I want to humble you, because I like not that I don't know
That
the word
was
means,
dastardly.
but that's dastardly. So I'm like,
Right.
your mom didn't know that was what's it called? It's premeditated. Like,
Right.
That's a lot of villainous stuff to be like, hey, I want to. It's expensive because that's got to be. Honestly, that's got to be it.
And why
if you can't afford the.
Yeah.
But also, he could afford the dress. Because I was going to say, he got the dress.
Not only could he afford the dress, he also could afford beyond the dress. It was an additional $50.
But that brings me to my point. Maybe he didn't know how to break up with her. You know, maybe it was like
That's one way to do it.
$250 later, he's not in a relationship anymore. You know, and his mom's got a dress that's questionable.
If you have an ex, make sure you sit next to her for Thanksgiving Day, right? Because you're not seeing.
Honestly, if everyone else with the mother-in-law and Zane the boyfriend. Cinnamon green bean casserole's not looking that bad. Honestly, some glittered potatoes. That's
ladies and gentlemen, that is how you do a callback right there. Let's give him a hand. Congratulations, Mr. Wow, this has been fantastic.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed. This is my first time experiencing the Reddit, am I a hole type of stuff. And if everybody that's been watching has been having a great time, please let us know. And if you have some of your opinions about these stories. Comment and do that because
there are plenty more Reddit stories to read more. We had a couple extra ones. I try to make these like holiday because there's a gift giving, Thanksgiving, that kind of stuff. But we have more, so if you guys want to hear more, read more Reddit stories and find some, please let us know. We'll do that too.
And that being said, we hope that your Thanksgiving holiday was great. You may be noticing that our episodes are coming up a little soon. I think they're only a couple of weeks behind, and that was by design. And we're now in an hour format. And you'll be seeing some great new things coming here from various fields. So we're going to close out.
Absolutely. I am kind of curious for those that are preparing for the holiday season, what are some of your worst and best gift-giving experiences? If you want to share or like them, just add them to the comments below whenever you see this video. We would like to hear more about your stories. And maybe we may not read them on Reddit, but we would like to just understand if you are better than Zane. All right?
If you feel
I don't think it could be worse.
Yeah, you sure can.
If you're better gift giving, you're not that bad. Give what you want.
We just heard him talk. Just to let you know, he's the next guy that's up for doing production. So we're looking forward to Hazen Fields III's production, and we'll be mine will be coming up soon. But I believe he is technically next. That's right, Paul. You know what, Paul? Going forward, you don't have to whisper. You know, we're Paul. He wanted to whisper about the website, but we should be saying loud. Go to www.variousfields.com. These are things that you can do. You can read some more, find out about the waffles and pancake wars. Whatever to find out, and there's so many things there to see, and it will take you right to. The Various Fields podcast on YouTube, and that's by the genius of Mr. Paul Rudnick. And we thank you so much for. I think we're just about done.
Links in the description.
Yeah,
and that's our Reddit story for Various Fields.
All right, let's land
Happy
this
holidays
plane.
to one.
Happy
and
holidays.
To all a good night. We'll see you on the next one.
See you guys.
Peace.